Speaking of addiction, welcome back.
Oh, yeah.
To 307 Reacts.
Actually, that was a pretty good.
We got Bury Me with Bourbon by J Webb.
Yeah. Don't know who J Webb is? Well, you got some catching up to do. We got like 3 of his videos on our channel or something like that, and he's got a bunch of his own content.
And we've got like 3 or 4 to catch up on.
Yeah, so and that's what I was saying. He's got a bunch of his own content on his channel, so go give him a like and a subscribe, please. Yes. He is
He is dropping his first album coming up very soon.
Okay. Yep. We're going to consider him one of the local boys. He's not from around here, but like he's independent and he's doing the thing and
making that swim upstream, man.
Upstream in that YouTube content flow. So we're backing it for sure. We dig his vibe, so we're putting him back on the screen. So it's Bury Me with Bourbon. Do you know anything about this one other than it's probably new-ish? When did this one come out?
I'm sure it came out a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
see, so we're behind. He said that we're behind.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's why we're here. We're catching up.
Yep.
Winter's coming. Snow's coming. So we're gonna be back in the studio and doing things a little bit more frequently. Uploading to Patreon. We were talking in the last video.
Here's something I want to know. Okay, so we were talking about we've currently towards the end of summer. We've had number one. Just a shit show with like family members passing away and then vacations and
just all sorts
I
of
got
stuff.
Drama at the shop and Kenna had drama at the tattoo studio,
relationship stuff, things
just
this
like
and that,
all sorts of shit,
all sorts of stuff going on. Yeah.
So we went from 5 videos a week to 4 videos a week. Now here's my question for this winter: would you guys prefer us to stick to 4 videos a week and then try to put out maybe just a really simple, like I find an acoustic karaoke track and sing over it a month? Do one of those a month for, not on Patreon, just put it out there for free on YouTube.
Yeah, sure.
And do something like that? Or would you prefer the 5 videos a month and then we'll release a week, not a month. Wow. We'd be really slacking.
We'd be slowing it down.
Or would you guys prefer and the reason I'm asking you is typically the people who are going to sit here and watch this reaction, you guys are a diehards, you're here for every video.
Hell yeah. Your
guys' opinion is what we value the most. There's people who come and go, and that's fine. We get that. But we want to know, would you prefer 4 videos a week and then a monthly just simple cover?
Yeah.
Or 5 and then we'll try to do 1 to 2 covers a year?
And then obviously keeping up with Patreon once a week. Yep. If we can. When we can.
When we can. That's
we got
a tough one.
We got a couple new ones over there. The boy posted a couple new ones. So if you haven't been to our Patreon, if you don't know about that, it's over there.
Go do it.
I think we hit a dozen videos over there. So look at us go. Yay.
I think
we're more.
12?
No, I think we're more than that. I think we're closer to 20, I think. So but regardless, we're getting it. So anyways,
so let us know.
What
do you want?
Let's just get it going, shall we? Like, comment, subscribe, and let's just go.
Bury me with bourbon next to a moonshine steel. I'm hurting now and I always will. All the dirt's in, don't forget a bottle of the bean. 'Cause everything I did was for her, not me. Burning your memory in this cigarette. I smoke like a chimney and drink like a fish. Wish you were with me, oh damn I regret letting you slip right through my fingertips. I've been drinking just so I can get by. Every single night feels like the end of my life. The liquor or the pain, it wasn't hard to decide. And baby, I don't wanna die, but if I die tonight, bury me with bourbon next to a moonshine steel. 'Cause I heard and I bet that I always will. For the dirt's in, don't forget a bottle of the bean. 'Cause everything I did was for her, not me. With bourbon.
Dude, okay, couple things.
Boy's getting sad over here.
Sad boy summer, bro.
Sad boy summer out here, man, for sure.
Number one, the knee tattoo. I have to know, does it go over the tip of the knee? If it does, dude, props to you.
It looks like it does.
Shit fucking sucks.
Or, I mean, it looks like it goes to the tip of the knee. It's obviously like a web or something. J Webb. It looks like a web. That makes sense. But yeah, so maybe there's a little opening on his kneecap there. But every other spot.
I'll tell you this, dude. The fucking head hurts. Okay, and if I will tell you right now, I have not had my knees or elbows tattooed, but 100% the head is the worst.
I can imagine.
1,000.
Yeah, dude.
But people, it's funny because when me and Kenna has ruined me, number one. When I see tattoos, now I look at him and go, oh my God, that tattoo fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Should I tell him? No, I'm not going to say it.
No, not going to say it. Leave it alone.
But the other thing, too, is you'll see, and me and Kenna were at a show. We went to Warren Zyder's. Went to Warren Zyder's show. There were 4 guys sitting at the bar, and all of them had full sleeves, right? Full sleeve tattoos. and all of their elbows, just the round of their elbow, bare. Nothing tattooed on their elbow.
Because it hurt too much?
And Kenna goes, look at those bitches. And I just died. But no, if you don't get that tattooed, I get it. That shit fucking sucks.
Well, and you have to like...
And it's a tough part of your skin.
You gotta like sit with your arms stretched too, so they can get it.
And the thing is, do you want it to look good with your arms stretched out? Because then they're gonna have to stretch it this way.
Yeah,
or
they gotta that's another thing too, is it's gonna move.
They do it like this, and it looks all fucking weird when it's bent. Like it's
maybe
a weird
that's
thing.
why they leave the middle of it bare, so it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe that's a tattoo. Man. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless, anyway. We were just talking about this before the episode, the alcohol addiction thing, and it feeling. He said every night feels like the last night of my life, and well, if I died and I die, bury me in bourbon, and it's like that.
The line that sticks out to me the most is I did everything for her and not me.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
yeah,
feel that.
Been there,
brother.
definitely been there, 100%.
And I like the idea of the video. He took just him
dealing
with his internal thoughts and then looped it. And it's simple. It's aesthetically pleasing. You can kind of see where he's at. He's just on his own in his backyard,
I didn't notice that it was a loop. Is it actually a loop?
It's a loop.
Oh, okay. I thought it was him just kind of sitting there through the whole song. Oh, I'm going to have to watch now for when it clips. But, okay.
It's about to roll back.
Is it? Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Well, yeah, regardless. I like the idea of it also. The lyric video with live background. Really good idea. Yeah.
Cause everything I did was for her, not me. With bourbon next to a moonshine still. I'm hurting now and always with me with bourbon.
Oh, I see. It just does a fade.
Cause everything I did was for her, not me with bourbon. It might get you out of my head. It might finally help give me some fucking rest. Cause when I lay down, memories play in this bed. Girl, ever since the day that you left, I've been drinking just so I can get by. Every single night feels like the end of my life. The liquor or the pain, it wasn't hard to decide. And baby, I don't wanna die, but if I die tonight, bury me with bourbon next to a moonshine still. Cause I heard and I bet that I always will. For the dirts and don't forget a bottle of the bean. Cause everything I did was for her, not me. Bury me with bourbon next to a moonshine still. I'm hurting now and always bury me with bourbon. Don't forget a bottle of the bean. Cause everything I did was for her, not me. Bury me with bourbon. Ooh, yeah, bury me with bourbon.
Okay, kind of a little Ryan Upchurch outro thing there.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Bury me with bourbon next to a moonshine.
That was a bridge. That wasn't even an outro.
And I bet that I always will. For the dirt and don't forget a bottle of the bean. Cause everything I did was for her, not me. Bury me with bourbon next to a moonshine still. I'm hurting now and always. Bury me with bourbon. Don't forget a bottle of the bean. Cause everything I did was for her, not me. Bury me with bourbon.
I like the line too. I didn't get a chance to mention it, but I like the line in there where he said, "The liquor or the pain, it wasn't hard to decide." That's what we were talking about before the episode. It's like it's easy. It's an easy decision to make because the liquor will never tell you no, and it's just that plain and simple. When you're addicted to it, it's always something to fall back on because it always makes you feel better. You know what I mean? And that's feeling better. I think is just a justification for being taken away from this headspace, right? So you're not stressed about the things that are weighing on you.
And it's funny because Jordan Peterson has talked about addiction a lot, and especially where he was from in Canada. He's like, a lot of these rural areas have nothing better to do but to drink. And I'm dude, that's some places here in Wyoming.
Casper, Wyoming, man. There's
nothing better to do.
And there's a bar every 3 blocks in this town. God. It's crazy. They're all over the place.
There's some places in Wyoming that have a population of 80 people, and there's 4 bars in that town. Why?
And this might blow some of y'all's minds if you're still here. And it could be, I think it's a small town thing. I don't think it happens all over the place. We still have drive-through liquor. Yeah. So you can pull up to a window and buy alcohol from a guy who just brings it out of the store and gives it to you and puts it in your car. Yep. You can buy smoothies and shakes and stuff, like pre-made smoothies and shakes that they make in the little machines, and they'll bring them out.
It's just like going through McDonald's. You just pull up to the window, tell them what you want.
They put a little sticker where your straw goes to show that you haven't opened it, and then they put it in a little plastic bag and they hand it to you out the window. Off you go with your liquor drink in your car.
Yep.
So that happens here. It's small town shit. So very easy if you're in a rough situation to score a bottle or to get your fix really quick, you know. Yep. And that's really what it is. It's not about then thinking about what it's gonna do, like the prolonged effects. It's about getting my fix right now because I feel like shit, and I don't even want to think about it. So I'm just gonna get wasted.
And Jordan Peterson has talked about like he's like, number one, there's like nothing better to do. He said, but number two, typically the addiction doesn't have anything to do necessarily with the alcohol itself. The alcohol addiction, or meth or heroin or whatever the case may be, the addiction itself is a side effect of something else, and usually there's something else that needs to be addressed. Like in this instance, it was a relationship breakup. And it was the feeling the heartache of that. And I know some people who have lost their children, and their children die, and they just fucking off the deep end. And it's not the drinking that it's the problem. It's the which
grieving.
I mean it is.
It's the grieving and the dealing with the death of a child.
And instead of dealing with the grieving the correct way and facing those kind of dark and
because it hurts,
fucking dude, it sucks. It's hard
because it fucking hurts, and nobody wants to sit there and just think about that over and over and over and cry and feel useless and helpless, and no one wants to feel that way. And so it's easy to just. And even, I don't know, I guess it's easier to feel that way too when you're under the influence of something, because you don't feel as vulnerable, I guess, in those like when you're drunk, you don't feel nearly as vulnerable, right? You fucking.
And Jordan has talked about looking into your inner darkness and those tragedies and the things that he says depression sometimes is just a chemical imbalance in your brain. Okay, cool. You fix that with medicine. Whatever, no big deal. He said, but for a lot of, he was a professional clinician for a while, and he said, what I found with a majority of my patients is it wasn't necessarily a chemical imbalance. Even though that was happening, the chemical imbalance was brought upon by something that they were putting off and putting their kind of mental space in a weird thing. And he said, you have to look into the darkest parts of yourself, which is scary. Like, I don't want to think about how this relationship didn't work out because I fucked up, or this didn't work out, or I lost a kid, or my dad died, or my brother died, or, I was in the military and these things happened. And he said, you have to look into your look into the darkest, deepest depths of yourself and figure those things out. He said, it's scary, it's really hard, it's very easy to just turn to something else because you don't want to know that about yourself, but it's very important in becoming a, number one, well-controlled person, somebody with discipline and is able to control their cravings and urges when it comes to addiction, but then just knowing what you're capable of and what you're not.
That's why I feel like being a musician is or I guess not even necessarily being a performer, like being an actor, being a musician. I feel like those are really good things to get into to help you kind of
see. And I thought about that too, because like when you're performing, for me, when I'm performing, it's like, oh, I get to be this other person who's more confident, and I just go out on stage and fucking whatever, right? But during the songwriting process, boy, you gotta look deep.
You're soul searching, right? Yeah, God. Exactly.
Yeah, you can find some nasty stuff in there.
And the cool thing about it is then you get to get on stage and you get to kind of represent those words in how you perform the song and how you attract people into getting your thing. But it really is a humbling experience. I mean, people will let you know when you suck, and they do, and they still do. We get comments all the time that you guys suck. Oh, you're set up in a shitty room, and we are. I know that. I know what we're doing. I'm not an idiot. Like I know we're dumb and we're not the smartest people in the world. We don't have the best setup. We don't always know what we're talking about.
Not the sharper spoon in the drawer, Bubba.
100%, but I don't care. That's not going to stop me from doing it. But I think it's
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. And that's usually what it comes down to is like most people are projecting something in those instances, and it's like a lot of times you find that they don't have any content. They've never done anything. They came across one random video and it pissed them off, and then blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then off they go. That kind of thing. But I think it's a humbling experience to get up on stage and have to kind of be vulnerable, and like it gives you the opportunity to kind of realize that like you're not
not as big as you think you are.
Yeah, you're not as big as you think you are, man. That crowd will make you feel like you are fucking tall, dude. Yeah. Really, really quick. And especially when things start breaking down on stage or your set starts going wrong or God forbid you fuck a song up and you stop playing. Oh my God,
dude. I am taken back to Hogfest. Oh my God.
Dude. Yeah.
What a nightmare. See, and that wasn't even me.
Yeah.
That wasn't Matt either.
Those things happen. And and so I think it's important for when people do. I'm sure it's the same in the art world when you make a sculpture or you do a painting or something like that and you put it out for people and it doesn't get the response that you want. I'm sure you probably feel about that big too when people are walking by and snuffing at your shit and like commenting, doing the thing, right? It's all a judgment call or whatever it is. It's all about perspective. But I think it's important to be able to find those deep parts of your soul and be able to kind of help get that stuff out in whatever way. I'm not sure.
And I'll tell you this. This is the second time that we've listened to Jay Webb and we've had like kind of a deeper conversation.
A good conversation,
like this.
Yeah. Huh?
And it's so crazy how he can achieve that with such a simple song. I mean, there was nothing overly dramatic about it. I mean, it had not to say it wasn't a good song.
It had three choruses. It wasn't like a super detailed song. I mean, it was just a very standard breakup kind of song. Like I'm bummed out and I'm turning to the liquor and this is how I feel. And very relatable. I think that helps it too. Is like, hey, dude, I've been there. 100% I've been there.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. And I love the way Jordan Peterson says this too. And so I'll try to say it similar. Okay. If you have a drinking problem, okay, and you go, no, I don't. You know you do, okay? Whether it's a drinking problem or whatever else, okay, figure out, and deep down why, where it came from, where did it start, why did it start, and go back and figure that shit out. Like, make yourself better. There's more to life than just wasting, number one, your money and your body and I mean all your relationships and your jobs, and I mean there's so much more to life than just pouring it all down the bottle,
Yo, and nowadays there are tons of options for free therapy. Like there's all sorts of online options for free therapy where you can literally talk to somebody through your computer and sit like in your own room.
Even on your phone.
Yeah, your phone. You can call somebody. There's tons of free hotlines, and if you've got if you happen to be fortunate enough to have health insurance, a lot of therapy places are taking like regular health insurance now. They're just accepting health care and things like that. So so yeah, man, that's always a good option too. Like don't be afraid to reach out to somebody. Don't hide it down because you think that like, oh, I don't want my friends to know about this. Whatever. Don't tell your friends. Go tell a therapist. Go tell some random helpline on the internet. They're not going to take that home with them. They don't care. They're just there to help you out. Like that's all it is. So they don't care what else is going on in your life like your friends do. If you're feeling vulnerable about that makes sense. I don't want my friends to know everything about me either, right? So, and I'm sure everyone has that about them. But therapists and psychiatrists and stuff like that, they don't give a shit. They're just there to help you sort out what you're going through. And like I said, nowadays there are tons of free options for that kind of stuff. So if you're still here, leave a comment, leave a little cloud emoji in the comments, because that's how we know you're our diehard fans and we know you're listening to us, so we appreciate it.
AJ Webb, I know you'll come across this. Thanks for putting out music, man.
Yeah, dude.
I know being independent, it's super tough. I'm sure you still work a full-time or at least a part-time job.
Yeah.
So, keep up the grind. You're killing it. And when you start touring around, man, don't forget to stop by.
Definitely come through Casper. We have ample amounts of venues that'll let you play. So, and I can think of 3 right off the bat. So, yeah, we got places for you, man.
Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang. And with that, we'll see y'all next time. Bow.
Like, I wonder how I threw my back out. I was just reaching for the camera over and over and over again. How are you in here? How are you affording this?
Yeah.
A beer is... at happy hour, which was the only time I drink, because that's when the beers are cheap. A beer is like $2.50 or something like that for a cheap beer. So you're thinking, I mean, if you're there for 6 to 8 hours a day, because I don't know, these people are always there. It just blows my mind.
It does me too. And like, I don't understand how you can literally lose almost everything and fucking still. Like,
it's because
what?
That shit will never tell you no. And that's why. I mean, the liquor will never tell you no, man. The weed, the pills, the whatever your crutch is will never tell you no. And that's why it's a crutch. You know what I mean? True. I'll hold you up, dude. I got you. I'll hold you up. Yeah. Or what you think is holding up, you know?
It's like, actually kicking you the fuck down. It's actually just
beating the shit out of you, but like, it doesn't make you think that. So yeah, dude, that's addiction for you, man. It's fucking crazy.